Hi, welcome to today's CAD tutorial. In today's exercise, we would be modeling this simple mark. This is a beginner to intermediate friendly CAD tutorial. In this exercise, we would use some of the 3D commands like the Loft, Sweep, Shell, and the Decal tool. Let's jump right into today's exercise. Now let's create the mark first. I opened up Autodesk Inventor. This is the interface we see. Now let's open a worksheet to begin to create our model. For that, Ctrl+N, or you click on this option up here that says New, and under Part Create 2D and 3D Objects, we select the standard MMIPT and Create. Now we have our worksheet. To begin the sketch, let's click on the 2D command up here. And for this sketch, we want to build it from the base up until we select the top plane. Now let's pick the rectangle command, and so drop this down and we choose the 2-point center rectangle. We bring that to the origin. We know we are there when it turns green. So we click and drag, and straight away using the dynamic input boxes, we would input our dimensions. The height of this rectangle is 55. We press the tab key and specify the width, which is also 55, and enter that. You can scroll up to zoom in. Then let's pick the fillet command. We want to apply a fillet of radius 20 mm to all four corners. And we can close this. Finish this sketch. Let me zoom in. And now we want to bring in another plane, which is going to be an offsetted plane. So just click on the 2D sketch command. We'll specify the distance of this offset as 65 and enter that. Now we begin to create a sketch on that plane we just introduced, but we want to project this entire geometry, so just click and drag over that onto that offsetted plane. That is all we have to do until we would finish this sketch. And now we use this command up here under the create group that says the loft. So what we want to do now is to select those two profiles we want to loft, which is going to be this one and that one. You can press OK. Now let's go into the loft, and for this sketch too, we can right click and turn on the visibility of that sketch. Now let's pick the 2D sketch command. We want to offset another plane. So just touch on this and click to drag up. We'll specify the distance of that offset as 6 mm and enter. We want to project that sketch onto the plane we just offsetted, but let's right click and OK and select that sketch and make it a constructional line. Next, we want to offset that profile to a distance of 4 mm and enter that. We can finish this sketch, and we use the loft command a second time. We want to loft this profile, so just select that to this one and we can OK. And we are done with those planes, and so we can turn off the visibility. Just right click on this, turn it off. Right click on this, hide it also. And for the sketch also, which is the sketch 2, we right click and we turn off the visibility of that. Next, we want to shell this model, and so the shell command, we touch this surface, and the thickness of that shell is going to be 4 mm, so I'll specify that and OK. Let's see what we've done. Awesome. Now let's turn this to the bottom. We select this surface and create a sketch. What we want to do is to project this face and then press escape to get off the project geometry command. You can click and drag over this and make those lines constructional. Now what we want to do next is to offset this entire profile to a distance of 4 mm and enter that. That is all we have to do, and so we press E to extrude. The profile has been correctly selected, the plane as well, but the direction is wrong. We want to flip that around. The distance of extrusion or the cut is going to be 4 mm, no, 2 mm, sorry. And then the boolean is a cut, all right. We can, OK. Alright, now let's choose the fillet command. We want to apply a fillet of radius 20 to this edge. We click on the plus sign and specify a radius of 1 mm to that edge, this edge as well. Let me turn this upside down. Also to this edge, and then that inner side. We can OK. Next, we'll create the handle. For that, we'll use the sweep command. To sweep, we need a profile and a path to sweep across. Now let's create the path. And to select the 2D sketch command, and we want to create the sketch on the XY plane. Let me pan down. The plane is hiding inside this model, and so we can choose the slice graphics option so we see that. Now pick the line command. Let's pan to the left and begin to draw this profile. And so we can start from this line. Make sure you snap onto that. Just click and drag. We would move down and then back, but to the middle of this part. And so we can drop that right here. You can right click and then OK. We would dimension. The length of this line is 25. I would enter that. This length is 32. The distance between this top edge and this line is 10, 12. So just double click on that and change it. And then also between this line and that point is 2. Enter between this baseline and that point is 15. Let's enter that. Now pick the fillet command. Let's apply a fillet of radius 10 mm to these two lines, and then another one of radius 20 to these two lines, and close this. We can finish this sketch so we can create the profile. We pick the 2D sketch command and select this face. Let's pan down, but first of all project this point right here onto that face. We pick the 2-point center rectangle command. Let's draw a rectangle here. I'll dimension using the dynamic input boxes. And so the width of this is 12. You press the tab key so you can change the height also to 6 and enter. You can press escape to get off that command. Choose slice graphics to slice across that face. Now we pick the fillet command. Let's apply a fillet of radius 2 to all 4 corners of that profile. You can close this and finish that sketch. We have the profile, we have the path. Now we can sweep. The profile has been correctly selected. The path we want to sweep along is going to be this one. I see a preview of that. It looks good, and so okay. Let's inspect to see what we've done. Awesome. Let's get the isometric view and apply some fillets to this edge. But first of all, let me change the radius of that fillet to 4 and apply it to this edge and that one, and OK. Next, we want to apply a sticker to this surface. So what we want to do is to offset a plane along this face. We can drag this to any distance. This much is fine, and so I will check that on this plane I want to create a sketch, but the sketch is going to be an image. So image, you can select any image of your choice. I have this nice image here I want to use, and so I'll select that and open. I would place that here. You can press escape and then roughly resize using these dots on the 4 corners. So just click and drag, okay, to the size you want. Once you're happy with the size, you just leave it there. I want this to go over the front surface, and so I'll leave this here, and you can finish this sketch. Next, what we want to do is to choose the decal command. The image has been correctly selected. The face I want to apply to is going to be this face, but I'm going to choose this option that says wrap to face and OK. And there we go. It has been wrapped onto that face. Now let me select this plane and turn off the visibility. get the isometric view. All right, so there we go. This looks good. Now let me change the appearance. I'll change this to chestnut, and under the view tab and the visual style, I'm going to make this realistic. Let's even include some shadows, and then we add a reflection. Okay, so that will be it for today's tutorial. Very easy and simple. I hope you get to try this. If you do, you can send it to my email. Please consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't yet done that. Also, do well to like this video. It helps the YouTube algorithm push it to a lot more people. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, kindly leave them down in the comment section below and I would address them as soon as I can. Don't forget to save this work. I'll see you soon with the next tutorial. Bye.